Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here. For any of you who are looking to plan your resources in future, what are you planning to pull? Do you want to know how much time you save? In this video, we're going to be covering all of that. We're going to be making our 1.3 as well as 1.4 predictions, what's going to happen in future for the A rank cast as well as the S rank characters as well. If you're interested in all that, you can stay tuned. But the first thing that most people will be wondering, why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to your predictions? Why can't I just listen to a random person on the street? We have been doing this for a really long time. On Honkai Star Rail, we have been doing it all the way for like a year plus now, and we have a pretty decent track record of predicting Hoyoverse trends. They do like to do certain things more than others. And one thing for sure is let's take a look at our 1.2 cast that we predicted. One of the major things that we predicted here was that both Lucy and Piper haven't appeared, so we know that they are both going to appear on the patch as well. Of course, granted, one came earlier before the other. It seems like they just didn't want to release two anomaly characters together. They'd much rather like split the supports up and anomaly characters, but it is what it is. They still both appeared in the 1.2 as well. We thought that Lighter was going to be A rank. A lot of chatter on the street also that he could have been A rank, but it is what it is. He didn't appear. Instead, who did they choose to rerun? They chose to rerun Anton as well as Nicole, and this gave us very interesting stats for the future as well, because now we at least know, like kind of like predict who else might be coming out in future. So Billy didn't come out, Lighter is not an A rank, so we're going to remove him from this list over here and remove this very nice box that we have, and we will go on now with predicting the future trends for 1.3 and beyond. So the first question that we have is, we know that one of the drip marketing is Yanagi, the other of the drip marketing is Lighter. From the trends of the drip marketing, we can say that the first banner is going to be Yanagi in the first half of 1.3. So any of you who are looking to save up for it, likely she's going to come first. And the second half is probably going to be carried by a character like Lighter in the second half as well. I put here first rerun question mark is one of the important things to know is Honkai Star Rail started their reruns in 1.3 as early as 1.3 as well. I think they brought out like the first character in a little bit as well. We can just see like here, based on what another game that they have, what they do. So okay, 1.3 doesn't seem the case. The first one came out at 1.5 in the second half, so we probably have a little bit of time as well. So first rerun question mark, the answer to this is probably not really. They might plan like bring characters back here if we see from their other games answering that question. The first character I think they probably might bring back will be Alan. It just makes a lot of feeling sense, but so it probably will be all the way under here. So I don't think a first rerun is going to happen in 1.3. Based on the trend, probably is going to be a 1.5 rerun cycle. The next thing that some of you are wondering is probably also, what are the A ranks in 1.3? What is our guesses that might be happening? So Yanagi we know is a lightning anomaly character, and we know Lighter is a stun character. Based on this trend currently, the only one that is like out of the water here, not really much place to fit in, probably is like Sokaku. You can't really form a team of Sokaku together with Yanagi, Sokaku with of Lighter. So I suspect Sokaku might come back in 1.4 when we have more section 6 characters. So I don't think Sokaku is going to appear here. I think that it's going to just like stretch beyond here. None over here as well. I don't think Anton is coming back. He just came back recently, and so far the earliest rerun that we have is like 3 patches, so it makes no sense for him to come back anytime soon. Nicole, Anton most likely are not going to come out in here as well. Ben is actually an interesting candidate to come back, especially since he's fire, so he could see some coming back in like Yanagi's patch over here. He hasn't been around for 4 patches. My guess is Ben is likely coming back in 1.3. We don't really know which half. Billy could also make a comeback, especially since it's like a DPS damage dealer. So we might see like Billy coming back here as well. Corin could also come back. So these are all like candidates. Let's put all the interesting candidates out first. Seth is another one. I think if he were to come back, it's probably going to be the second half. Same as Anbi, but Anbi second half with another stun character like Lighter. So far, that hasn't really happened too much. You can see here, they don't really like pair the same faction, same element with the same DPS kind of nature, except like Anton and Alan, which is like both attack. So possible-ish, but I think unlikely as well. And the two, Lucy and Piper, if you didn't pick them up at 1.2, they are unlikely to come back in 1.3 as well. Too short of a runway. So based on the thing that we have, 3 banner cycle, we can say that the odds are you are probably going to be looking something like this, if at all. A Seth, Ambi second half, and these 3 could appear in both of them. Based on my thought process, I think playing Yanagi, which is electric, it makes a lot of sense to bring in an electric character into the game also, to play either with like electric team, or maybe you're running like double physical sort of, especially people who maybe put for Piper for some sort of like anomaly based team. So Seth RB do make sense to come back here. It is a little bit early from their first banner, but it is a possibility. And my guess is they really wanted to sell Yanagi's banner. They could sell, because she's like electric anomaly, so like having an electric defense, electric stun does make a little bit of sense to me. They could possibly play this angle as well if they wanted to. And in the second half here, this is like a mono electric team already, right? Second half with a character like Lighter, perhaps they could run Ben for like the double fire, one defensive, one stun, and then one offensive character like maybe Billy or maybe Corin as well. So one of these could land a spot somewhere around here. So my guess is maybe RB won't come back. Maybe an anomaly buffer like Seth could see a rerun since it pairs very nicely with Yanagi. The same like Jin, and no new A ranks was introduced. No new A ranks were like drip marketed. Other than that, probably my guess is they will shift one of the attack into the first half, one in the second half. It does make a bit more sense for Lighter maybe, or Billy to maybe be in the first half, Corin to be in the second half as well. Perhaps we could see something like this. So I'll just lock in. These are my guesses for 1.3 A ranks. And now let's move on, of course, for 1.4 predictions for the S rank characters. We have something like a Yanagi introducing Section 6. And we are kind of like done with the Sons of Calydon team with Lighter, Bernie, Caesar, as well as Lucy and Piper, who are all have already appeared. So it makes sense that now that we have a little bit of hint that Yanagi is coming up, my guess is they're going to release the two other Section 6 characters, which is Miyabi as well as, what is this Mister's name again? Haramusa. Usually the first banner usually is the peak one. So my guess is a Miyabi in the first half and Haramusa in the second half for 1.4 as well. Are they both S ranks? Chances are they are likely going to be S ranks. We haven't seen more information about any A ranks yet, and these two have already been introduced in like cutscenes and stuff. So my guess is probably they're going to be S ranks. What are the elements? My guess, from what they look like, Miyabi, I don't know. Do you think they're going to play her as Ellen, as like a ice attack? Maybe they might do ice anomaly. That's what people are guessing as well. Perhaps we're also missing an electric DPS, so maybe this guy could be an electric attack unit. And if you watch until this point, I highly recommend you check out this previous video we have on our channel, which talks about all of the upcoming characters that are coming into the game if you're interested. Well, after Section 6, what is there in 1.5 and beyond? We talked about all of that. In this particular video here, you'll find it really, really interesting. And on the channel, we also have tons of other content for Caesar, Bernice, investment value comparisons for you to make a better decision with your resources. They're always very limited to help you plan and predict the future so they can save and spend wisely as well. Anyways, if you guys appreciate such content, do like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help the channel grow, and let me know in the comments your predictions as well. Do you have a different A rank cast? Do you have a different S rank cast? I'll be really interested to know. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for your attention. Thank you for watching. Check out these two other videos and see you in the next one.